Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast episode. I'm really excited about today's guest. She's going to be talking all about marketing, success strategies for building a thriving business, client relation, digital landscape, so many much more soft entrepreneurial skills. Her name is Shara, and she's a business coach with over 25 years of experience, and she's going to talk all about what she does. So Shara, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, my name is Shara, and I am in the beauty industry. I have over 25 years of experience in the business and finance industry. And so when I kind of ventured into the beauty industry, it was definitely a little out of my norm. But I found very, very early on that my business and finance experience is what catapulted my beauty business and really, allowed it the opportunity to thrive and be successful. So that's why I'm here to, just be able to share some of my experience and my ideas and things that have worked for me, things that I, coach my clients on. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this podcast. People think, they're not physicians, so they immediately tune out as a listener or as a guest.
Correct.
And the purpose is actually to create a platform to create like cross-pollination of ideas, learn transferable skills that you can use across different industries.
Absolutely. You know what? I love that you said that. And I'm going to just tell you about an experience that I actually personally had with that. And so in my business of, finance, I was a tax and business consultant. And so, obviously I'd worked my way up and I got to a point where I was basically managing and overseeing all of the tax preparers in the office. And I was reviewing all of the returns and redlining them and things of that nature. And then I had done something very similar, in my cross, as you would call it, transferable skills with the mortgage industry. Right. And so I was kind of able to transfer some of those skills into the mortgage industry. And so I wanted to be an underwriter. Right. I wanted to get into the mortgage underwriting aspect of the finance industry. And so I researched and I looked and I said, okay, well, what skills does a mortgage underwriter need to have? And what skills do I have that can then be transferable, right, to that industry? And that's literally exactly what I did. So when I would go into these interviews and, I would apply for jobs, I would basically take my experience in taxes and my loans and transfer that then to, this is how I can take that skill and apply it in this same industry, right? And so that is, again, something that I teach and work with my own clients as well. So I love that you have that mindset.
Yeah, I love that. And what's interesting is that so one thing was you have I love overarching themes. So talk about unlocking success and strategies for building a thriving business and how you did it.
Okay, absolutely. So like I said, when I got into the beauty industry, I was actually a service provider. So I was somebody who was providing services. And at the time I did work a 9 to 5. But I had experience with the network marketing industry. And so at the time that I was in the network marketing, it was my very first time, one and done. But it was when social media was becoming relevant, right? And so that was something that I had learned from my upline and from my mentors, was how to kind of streamline and implement like your personal business pages with business and kind of, promoting your business casually and organically and things of that nature. And so when I started in the service aspect of my beauty industry, I took a lot of those skills that I had learned, and I literally built my business from the ground up, solely on Instagram and Facebook. And so TikTok wasn't out yet. I think maybe Snapchat was out, but who uses that anymore, right? And so basically what I did though was just engage with my followers, engage with my clients. And when I say engage, I mean authentically engage, right? I wasn't posting a lot of promotional type content. I was promoting or posting a lot of content that was more educational and behind the scenes content, and, letting them see who I was organically, letting them see like, hey, today's a self-care day. Yes, you're following a business page, but this is who I am. And so they got an opportunity to really see who I was behind just this phone or this camera or, these postings and these words on black and white, right? They got a chance to engage with me as well, in the aspect of seeing who I was, genuinely authentic. One of the things that I always get from my followers is how relatable I am, right? I'm not one of those people who just posts all the good things and doesn't talk about, the bad things too. Like that's not what life is about. And so using social media to, again, engage with my clients. Are you there? Yeah, no worries. I was like, oh, what happened? But, really just getting a chance to take social media and build my business from the service-based, aspect, just provided me a lot of opportunity in order to, like I said, reach out to my clients, getting involved with my followers. I would follow them, I would tag them, things of that nature that was just the organic aspect of being genuine, being engaged, that people do like to see, right? When it comes to a business, somebody who they can reach out to them on email or social media or whatever and actually receive a response, right? I'm a strong believer in like, you're never too busy. Like as busy as I am, I know there's probably people busier than me, but you can't be that busy that you can't respond to your business clients, right? So that's kind of just how, like I said, I started in the beauty industry and was able to very, very quickly grow it to 6 figures within just a few months, all right in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So then the next thing is talking about mastering marketing. So how to promote your business like a pro.
Right, absolutely. So I do believe that, you can do organic, and by organic, I just mean, free posting, organic posting, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever your social media platform, preference is. You can do organic or paid advertising. When I was in the service-based industry, I did not do any paid advertising. I did things like Yelp, Google, Groupon, things of that nature. I think the more that you can be found, if somebody searches your name and you've got Yelp and Google and Groupon and, all of these different things, I think that is a really, really good trait to have when somebody's trying to research your name, right? For people who are not familiar with SEO, is search engine optimization, wanting to just make sure and capitalize on that, because that's a free, opportunity to put your name or your business, your face, your brand in front of people who don't know about you. once I got into kind of the online aspect of my business, which is the beauty academy that I have, and the coaching as well, that's kind of when I, got into the higher ticket advertising, which is your Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, and things of that nature, which are extremely profitable. There are people who will say, "Oh, the ads don't work for me. Paid ads are, a waste of money." And as somebody who has been running ads for quite some time and sees a return on my investment every single day, I will say that they do work. If they're not working, then they're not being done right. So, you can hire people obviously to do the paid ads, or even, somebody to help you with organic marketing. However, I have found that educating myself as a business owner and doing it myself, or even I get to a point where I'm like, hey, I can't do this anymore, and I do hire people, making sure that you're still educated enough to know what to expect and how the ads work. That's going to help you even manage whatever company or organization or team or person that you use to run those ads, right? Because somebody who comes in and runs them for me, whether it's paid or organic, they need to be able to at least match where I'm at on my own, and if not anything, exceed it, because that's an expert in that field, right? So I'm a strong believer in I don't accept the excuse of, well, I don't know how to do these things. That's not my area of expertise. It's like, well, it's not my area of expertise either. But as an entrepreneur, you have to wear multiple hats. And if you don't know how to do it, you need to seek out the knowledge and information and educate yourself. So you at least know how to deal with somebody when you are, hiring somebody in that field. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that. I love what you're saying. And, hopefully the audience out there really understands, especially social media marketing, huge.
Right.
If you're not on these platforms, you're missing out on tons of views.
Oh, completely. 100%, and I'll just give, so I'm assuming, based on kind of our communication, that a lot of your, followers and whatnot are local based physicians that are providing a service of some sort, right, locally. And so one of the things that are tips that I would give is that paying attention to, who your target audience is. Right. So I will say, for instance, and I'm sure you can attest to this, you've probably seen the same thing. You're scrolling on social media, or maybe you're on the internet, and you get an ad for a service-based business, whatever that service is. And you click on the ad and you realize, well, I'm in Sacramento, California, but this ad is for a business that's in Miami, Florida. Well, why is that ad being shown to me, right? That ad should not be shown to me. That ad is getting the expense of running that ad is being wasted, right? So you want to really pay attention to who your target audience is, whether it's age, whether it's gender, whether it's their lifestyle, or their actual area. I'm a strong believer in determining, okay, is it a 25-mile radius? Do your clients or customers have to cross a bridge to get to you? So you don't want to get those people who have to cross a bridge, things of that nature that you want to pay attention to. Now, if you have a product or a service that is nationwide, much like myself as well, then you can go, USA, Canada, Mexico, whatever, countries that you're targeting. But at the same time, you still want to focus on what is the age range, what is the age range, what is the, are they female, are they male, are they married, are they single? What kind of work industry are they in, whatever it is, right? You really want to pay attention to that, because it's so easy for you to waste your money on ads that are not returning that, giving you that return on your ad spend like you should be seeing.
Yeah. The next question is talking about the art of client relations and building strong connections in the industry.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this goes with not only my relationship with clients in the service-based industry, but also, with my what I don't call them clients. I would call them students, right? Because I have an online academy and my coaching clients. But just goes back to my original statement in engaging with them authentically. Right. So I can't tell you how many times that I will go and look on my social media story and I will see, all of the people who watched my story. Right. And so I'll go then to their page and I'll engage with them. And it's usually I'll try to reach out to the same people as well as new people who follow me. And 9 times out of 10, they message me back, "Oh, thank you so much." And I'll say something like, "Oh, that food looks so good. What is that?" Or, "Oh, beautiful background," or "Your daughter's so adorable," something along those lines that's genuine, right? And so 9 times out of 10, they will respond to me like, "Oh, thank you, whatever. I've been looking at your courses, or I've been looking at this, or I've been looking at that." And they will then, right, initiate that conversation for us to have about whatever I am offering, right? So I don't ever reach out to somebody. I call it like cold calling, cold messaging. When somebody messages you, you start following somebody and they message you and they're like, "Hey, I just saw that you started following me and I provide XYZ service. And if you have any questions, message me and let me know." And I'm like, unfollow. I don't want to follow somebody like this. Like, I want you to be authentic. I want you to engage with me genuinely, right? And so I don't ever have to seek out or chase, right, the client, the customer, the student. That student is naturally attracted to what I have, whether it's me posting about my dog or me posting about my workout, whatever it is that I'm posting, I'm finding something that we have in common, that we can naturally engage and talk about. And that is one of the pieces that I believe helps to continue and build that rapport, because it's more than just a professional relationship that you're having with this person because you are providing a service. You're actually engaging with them about real life that's going on, right? So that's kind of my take and my background on that.
Yeah. And I love that I love when you were talking about the person that reaches out to you, kind of tries to befriend you, and then all of a sudden it's like they start spamming you, or like,
Yes,
it's it's like
exactly. Because we've all gotten them. I mean, I literally get them all the time. And it will genuinely be, somebody that I followed that I was interested in. And then all of a sudden I get a message and I'm like, now I don't even want to follow you anymore because this isn't the kind of person that I want to do business with, And so that, like I said, that's just something that I believe in being authentic, genuine. I can't say those words enough, right? Because it does build that rapport for that relationship.
Yeah, I love that. The other question we have is this idea of where I love this. How do you stay abreast of the latest trends in your industry? How do you stay, at the cutting edge? Kind of
Right.
talk about that.
Yeah. So I am what I consider. I call myself a student of life. I thrive on knowledge and research and educating myself. And I don't necessarily mean from like a college, perspective, but more so just online, whether it's social media, whether it's Google, whatever. And so what I tend to do is stay connected with other people in the industry, networking, going to those networking events. One thing that I have found from networking events is very similar to what you had mentioned in the beginning, where It doesn't matter if I'm in the beauty industry, right? I have knowledge, and you never know what knowledge that I have that I can share that will resonate with your followers, right? They may not be in that same industry, but I might have something that can add value to their life. And so I kind of take that same concept when I'm like networking with other people. They may be in the fashion industry or real estate or, coaching in what do we call it, physical training or whatever, right? But they might have some knowledge that they can share with me. So I do that. And then the other thing that I really, really like to do is go to some of these conventions or seminars. So they'll be held in Las Vegas, which, I just hate going to Las Vegas.
I love it.
I know, I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic. No, so, when you go to these conventions, you're able to rub elbows with a lot of other people who are in the industry as well, but you're also able to get in front of people who either are providing services or they have the equipment or, they have the new up and coming, training available. And so that's kind of between that and then just doing my own research. That's really how I stay ahead of the game. And making sure that I'm providing, the most up-to-date products, services, courses, strategies. I've found even in business, even if my business is at a point where most people would call it set it and forget it. Every day I am strategizing how to improve and make whatever it is that I'm doing, make it better, right? Or identifying trends that aren't working. Okay, this happened 2 or 3 times. I think we have a problem. Let's find a fix, right? But like I said, going to different events and really just educating myself, networking, those are some great tips on being able to kind of stay ahead of the game when it comes to services and whatever is new out there.
Yeah. Finally, talking about this navigating the digital landscape, and you mentioned social media, but talk about online strategies for business growth.
So online strategies, originally, like I definitely paid somebody to do the Google SEO, which, the Google SEO, again, I'll just kind of reiterate, it's search engine optimization. So if somebody is searching for, a foot surgeon in my area or, a lash artist in my area, you want to organically show up in that search engine, right? Lash artist near me, something along those lines, right? And so that type of search prompt or search results takes time. You have to really build it. It takes months and months. Which is beneficial because it is organic. So for somebody like me, I won't necessarily click on a paid ad, right? I want to see what's organic. But paying for somebody to do that, because that's definitely not something I could have done. Paying for somebody to do that is definitely, something that I would recommend. The online digital world, trying to think the other things. Fiverr, I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Fiverr, but Fiverr is an amazing resource. Fiverr, it's Fiverr. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Freelance marketplace, right?
Yes. Yep. Freelance type of work. And I mean to tell you, you can find, all kind of people to help you with things that you may not be able to do. Now, a lot of things, I will try to figure out how to do it on my own. But if I know that it's going to take some time, then I'm going to reach out to Fiverr. So I use Fiverr for, a lot of my flyers and some of my, graphics and art design and things of that nature. The one thing I like about them is that I can reach out to say 5 to 10 people, right? And then based on kind of how they respond and the criteria and what their pricing is, how they communicate, what's their turnaround time, then I can take that information and decide who I'm going to go with. But that really, I think, is a great resource for people who are trying to start their business. They don't have the money to necessarily hire somebody full time. When you are working on building a business website, for instance, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that can probably cost, $3,000 to $5,000 stateside, right? You can probably get that for $200 or $300 on Fiverr. Obviously, finding the right person for your niche. But I just think that is a wonderful resource for that digital side of marketing and building your business.
Yeah.
Whether it's even like designing business cards or designing, I'm pretty tech savvy, and I'm pretty, what is the word I want to say? Like resourceful, right? So I'll use some things where I don't need to hire somebody to do those kind of things. But I do think that, a logo or, any of those kind of things, when you are trying to build your business, finding those resources on Fiverr is a great way to go.
Yeah. Really fantastic question. How can people follow you, reach out to you, follow your social media?
Yeah, so I do have a Facebook and Instagram, as well as a TikTok. So Facebook and Instagram, it's Luxe, Luxe, Beauty and Body Co. Website is also luxebeautyandbodyco.com. And you can also find us, like I said, on TikTok as well. So
yeah, TikTok. I love TikTok too. It's a great platform to just go viral on.
Yes. I do post a lot of my content, and there maybe once or twice a week. Not so much to go viral, but a lot of my students and followers were like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you here too." But more so, I'm on there for the education, aspect of it. It'll be search whatever I'm trying to learn.
Well,
Travel hacks.
it's interesting because
How to get ink out of a carpet. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, Christopher. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, and thanks for coming onto the podcast.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk with you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.